Have you ever gotten out of bed in the morning and felt like your joints needed a few minutes to catch up with the rest of you? Maybe your knees feel stiff when you take those first steps. Maybe your fingers ache when you reach for your coffee cup. Or maybe your hips complain after you've been sitting in your favorite chair for too long. And perhaps you've quietly told yourself, well, I'm over 50. I guess this is just part of getting older. But what if that isn't the whole story? Because here's something many people don't realize. Joint pain may be common as we age, but constant pain and stiffness shouldn't automatically be dismissed as normal aging. Your body is changing, yes, but it is also communicating with you. Sometimes that ache is your body's way of telling you that a joint has been under stress. Sometimes it may be related to osteoarthritis. In other cases, joint pain can come from an old injury, overuse, inflammation, or another health condition. And there's one pattern that can quietly make the situation worse. Pain makes you move less. You stop taking your morning walk because your knees hurt. You avoid the stairs. You spend more time sitting because standing feels uncomfortable. At first, this feels like you're protecting yourself. But over time, less movement can mean less strength and less flexibility. Everyday activities may begin to feel harder, and suddenly you're caught in a cycle. Pain leads to less movement, and less movement can make staying strong and mobile more difficult. But here's the good news. You don't have to choose between ignoring your pain and becoming afraid to move. There is a middle ground. You can learn to listen to your body, understand what your joints may be telling you, and find forms of movement that are appropriate for your situation. And we're going to talk about exactly how to do that. But first, I want you to think about one thing. When was the last time you had a completely pain-free day? If you can't remember, don't worry. You're not alone. In the next few minutes, we're going to look at why joint pain often becomes more noticeable after 50, why stopping all movement may not be the answer, and which warning signs mean you shouldn't simply blame your discomfort on age. Because sometimes, your joints aren't asking you to stop. They're asking you to pay attention. When your joints hurt, your first instinct may be to protect them. You sit down, you avoid the stairs, you skip your morning walk, and you tell yourself, I'll rest until it feels better. Sometimes, short-term rest is exactly what your body needs. But there's an important difference between resting when necessary and becoming afraid of movement altogether. For many people dealing with ongoing joint discomfort, gentle and appropriate movement can be an important part of maintaining flexibility, strength, and everyday function. Think about a simple example. Imagine your knee has been bothering you for months. You stop walking because you're worried walking will make it worse. A few weeks later, your legs don't feel as strong. Getting out of a chair feels harder. You walk less confidently, so you sit even more. The problem isn't that you were trying to protect your knee. The problem is that your entire body started moving less. And this is where a different mindset can help. Instead of asking, what exercise can I do that won't hurt at all? Ask, what kind of movement is appropriate for my body right now? That might be a short, comfortable walk. It could be gentle stretching. It might be water exercise, cycling, or simple strengthening movements. For someone else, especially someone with significant pain or another health condition, working with a physical therapist may be a better place to start. The goal isn't to push through severe pain, and it certainly isn't to prove how tough you are. The goal is to keep your body participating in everyday life. Even small amounts of movement can become meaningful when you do them consistently. Maybe you start with 10 minutes instead of 30. Maybe you walk around the house several times during the day instead of forcing yourself through one long walk. Maybe you stand up from your chair more often when comfortable and safe. Small steps count, and here's something people often forget. You don't need the perfect exercise routine. You need a routine you can actually maintain. Because healthy aging isn't built from one heroic workout. It's built from ordinary choices repeated over time. But there is another piece of this puzzle that can make a surprising difference. Movement isn't only about your joints. It's also about the muscles supporting them. And in the next part, we're going to look at why maintaining strength after 50 may be just as important as keeping your joints moving. By the time you reach your 50s, you may start noticing something that doesn't get talked about enough. Your joints aren't the only thing changing. Your muscles are changing too. And that matters because the muscles around your hips, knees, ankles, shoulders, and core help support the way you move through everyday life. Think about your knee for a moment. Your knee doesn't work alone. Every time you stand up, walk across the room, climb stairs, or get out of your car, your muscles are helping control that movement. When those muscles become weaker, everyday movements can become more demanding. That's why maintaining strength can be an important part of staying mobile as you age. But don't make the mistake of thinking strength training means lifting heavy weights at a gym. It doesn't have to. For some people, simple exercises using body weight, resistance bands, or light weights may be appropriate. For others, chair exercises, water exercise, or guidance from a physical therapist may be a better starting point. The key is finding something that matches your current abilities. And there's another simple habit worth paying attention to. How long do you sit? Maybe you spend the morning watching television, then you sit at your computer. Later, you relax in your favorite chair. None of these things are necessarily bad, but spending long periods in the same position can leave you feeling even stiffer. So when it's safe and comfortable, consider breaking up long periods of sitting with short movement breaks. Stand up, walk around the room, stretch gently, get a glass of water. These little moments may seem insignificant, but they can help you stay connected with movement throughout the day. And then there's the way you handle everyday tasks. If carrying a heavy grocery bag hurts your joints, don't prove a point by carrying two. Make 2 trips, use a cart, ask for help. If gardening leaves your knees aching, change positions more often or use tools that make the work easier. Protecting your joints doesn't mean treating yourself like you're fragile. It means learning to work with your body instead of constantly challenging it. And there's something even more important to remember. Your goal isn't to eliminate every ache before you allow yourself to live. Your goal is to preserve the activities that make life meaningful. Walking with someone you love, traveling, cooking, gardening, playing with your grandchildren, getting through your day without constantly thinking about your joints. But before you assume your pain is simply part of aging, there's one thing you need to understand. Not all joint pain is the same, and recognizing the difference could be one of the most important things you learn today. This is where I want you to slow down for a moment, because there is a mistake many people over 50 make with joint pain. They wait. They wait for the pain to disappear. They wait until the knee gets worse. They wait until walking becomes difficult. And sometimes they wait simply because they think, I'm getting older. This is probably normal. But what if your body is trying to tell you something that deserves attention? Not every joint problem is caused by aging. Joint pain can have different causes, and the pattern of your symptoms can provide important clues. So ask yourself a few simple questions. Is this pain new? Has it suddenly become much worse? Is the joint swollen? Does it feel unusually hot or look red? Does the pain wake you up at night? Is it becoming difficult to walk, climb stairs, open a door, or perform normal daily activities? These details matter, and here's where you need to be especially careful. If severe joint pain happens after a fall or injury, if you cannot put weight on the joint, or if the joint appears to be out of position, you should seek medical attention promptly. Sudden painful swelling accompanied by redness, warmth, or fever also deserves prompt medical evaluation. These signs don't mean you should panic. They mean you shouldn't simply assume, it's because I'm over 50. There's another important mistake to avoid. Don't automatically diagnose yourself from something you saw online. Maybe you think it's arthritis. Maybe you think it's inflammation. Maybe a friend tells you they had the same symptoms and recommends the treatment that worked for them. But your body is your body. The same symptom can have different causes. Instead of trying to solve the mystery alone, become a better observer. Write down when the pain happens. Notice what makes it better or worse. Pay attention to swelling, stiffness, movement, and how long the symptoms last. Then bring that information to your doctor or healthcare professional. Instead of saying, "My knee hurts," you can say, "My knee has been stiff every morning for several weeks, and going downstairs makes the pain worse." That conversation can be much more useful. And now comes the most important question of all. What are you actually trying to protect? Your knee? Your hip? Your hands? Not really. You're trying to protect your freedom. The freedom to walk, to travel, to garden, to play with your grandchildren, to keep saying yes to life. And that is why joint pain deserves your attention, not your fear. Because the goal isn't simply to live without pain. The goal is to keep living. So, where does all of this leave you? If your joints hurt after 50, you don't have to panic. But you also don't have to quietly accept pain as if it's simply the price of getting older. Your body may be changing, but you still have choices. You can listen more carefully to what your body is telling you. You can stay appropriately active. You can work on maintaining your strength. You can make small changes that put less stress on your joints. And when something feels unusual, persistent, or increasingly difficult, you can talk with a healthcare professional instead of simply hoping it will go away. Because joint health isn't only about reducing discomfort, it's about protecting your freedom. The freedom to walk through an airport when you travel. The freedom to climb the stairs without fear. The freedom to spend an afternoon in your garden. The freedom to take a walk with someone you love. And maybe most importantly, the freedom to say yes when your family invites you to join them. That's the bigger picture. You don't need to move like you're 30 again. You don't need extreme workouts. And you don't need to be frustrated with your body because it doesn't perform exactly the way it did decades ago. Instead, think about consistency. A little movement, a little strength, a little more awareness, a little more care for the body that has carried you through all these years. Those choices may seem small today, but over time, they can help you stay connected to the life you still want to live. And if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this: don't ignore your joints, but don't be afraid of them either. Listen to your body, respect its limits, keep moving in ways that are appropriate for you. And when something doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to ask for help. Because getting older isn't about giving up the things you love. It's about learning how to keep doing them in a way that respects the body you have today. If this video helped you see your joint health a little differently, give this video a like and subscribe to Whole Live Better After 50. Here, we talk about practical ways to stay stronger, more mobile, and more confident as we grow older. And if you want to keep learning with us, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Before you go, I have one question for you. Where does joint pain affect you the most? Your knees, hips, hands, shoulders, or somewhere else? Tell me in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else in this community needs to hear. And if you know someone over 50 who has been quietly struggling with joint pain, share this video with them. Take care of your body. Keep moving forward. And remember, your age may change, but your reasons for living well never have to.